Hey, welcome to this week's Rare Game Showcase, where I'm taking a look at Taito's Chase HQ2, which kind of rhymes, I guess, as this is obviously a sequel to a game. If you are into retro gaming, then you would be familiar with Chase HQ without the two. But what this game is aside from the sequel, obviously, it's the same type of gameplay, but in 3D. It was developed back in 2006, first released in Japan. This was actually one of the games that we had at the location here when we first opened up in 2008. And so as you see from the attract mode here, you still are a police officer in a car that's essentially invincible, and your job is to slam the target. And so there's 6 different levels, and you have to chase down these different vehicles, which I think it's the first level is this monster truck that you have to hit with either your cop car or your Ferrari-like car, and you just have to hit them enough. Now, of course, when you first hit them, you slow down, you lose some speed, and so you sometimes also have to learn where shortcuts are on the different courses. Now, the reason why the screen looks like this, you won't see this with your own eyes if you're standing here. It's because this is an old tube monitor, and so way back in the day when you point a camera at these monitors, it captures how it draws the screen on camera, whereas with an LCD that doesn't happen with those sorts of things. So that's the reason why. But again, if you walk into the arcade and look at it like this, you wouldn't see anything like that at all. In fact, because it's the old tube monitors, they have a great image. And so, yeah. But anyways, it's a fun game. It has force feedback steering. It has the throttle, so you can adjust your speed low or high. And there's a button on the throttle there for when you pick up nitrous boosts, as you might have seen there a moment ago during the gameplay. Is the boost will give you a little bit of an advantage in catching up with the bad guys. And so it is possible to get through all of them. The first time you play, though, it might be a little difficult because it takes a little bit of practice. It takes a little bit of learning the courses and finding shortcuts and stuff. The fun thing about this game, too, is that you can go through, like you can smash other things. It sort of showed that earlier, like on this current track that it's showing, where when you're driving on like something like a NASCAR style course, you're going in the opposite direction of all the traffic, and you can run into other cars. Of course, if you do that, it slows you down. But you can also run into things like cones for points, and sometimes there will be little nitrous boost things hidden behind some of these things. And so it is a fun game, a unique game. This was never released to home consoles, and even though it was released here in the United States through Bandai Namco and fully translated into English, as you saw there, and there's our top score for this one. I guess whoever got that decided not to put their name in there, even though they got a really, really good high score. It'll just autofill it in with CHQ if you don't put in your initials. Okay, here's an example of where you can run into things to grab stuff, but running into things also gives you extra points. And so if you want to get the top score, it's not just about hitting that car, it's about running into other objects that are along the way. But you do have a limited amount of time, so you do have to take out the enemy before before the timer runs out. And of course, the more time you have, you also get bonus points. So it's about figuring out that kind of sweet spot between it all. But one thing I should throw out there, I don't know what I'll do with this video if this happens, but we are willing to sell this game. And we've had it again since we opened back in 2008, but kind of feel like it's maybe time for it to find a home out there. I don't know if you own another arcade and you're interested in this one, contact me, or if you have a collection and you want to have something that's unique. Now, I don't know how many of these were ever produced in the United States. My feeling is, though, is that it's under 100. They could connect up to 2 of them. but it's extremely hard to find this game. I think some Chuck E. Cheese locations had them back in the day, but again, they just didn't sell super well, and it's very, very difficult to come across this one out there, and so that's why it's on our rare games list. But again, whether or not we'll have it here much longer, I don't know. I guess that just depends on whether or not anybody's really interested. But still, if we do stop by the arcade and come and play it, it's a fun little game and a unique game as far as racing titles goes. And again, it's exclusive to arcades. You can't get this on any home console. It wasn't even released on like the Xbox 360 or the PS3 back in the day, so makes it unique. But and of course, if you're playing an emulation, you don't get all this nice stuff with the actual arcade controls and an actual CRT screen. But yeah, that is Chase HQ 2 by Taito, the makers of games like Space Invaders and Bubble Bobble. Check back next week for our next Rare Game Showcase, and we'll see you around.